That's awesome. I didn't have the usual awkward listening to myself and how fabulous I am. So yeah, we're going to talk about lead generation myths, which are really even more so than I thought when I created this presentation, because LinkedIn, so this released last week, my latest book. Who here works at LinkedIn? Yeah, you're not raising your hand because you know I'm fixing to come over and bust your butt. Yeah, so the last time I wrote a book 6 years ago, what happened? LinkedIn changed its whole UI, user interface, the first time like since ever. So my book comes out last week. Guess what they announce? Frickin' new user interface. So a lot of what I was going to show you today won't be applicable in 2 weeks. So I'm going to try and get what's working right now and what's going to work in 2 weeks in 45 minutes. So thank you for the short intro. I'm going to get going. We're going to cover a few things today. And they didn't let me change this at the last minute. I was talking actually to Marcus Murphy of Digital Marketer. Do you guys know Marcus? Freaking awesome, right? Ryan Dice's second-hand man. And he's like, oh, we don't call it social selling anymore. We call it conversation selling. I'm like, I like that so much more. So imagine social crossed out from now on in all my slides, and it's going to be conversation selling. There's a couple myths, like I'm an all-star and that's enough. It's not. There's no good prospects on LinkedIn anymore. How many, well, you're in this room, so hopefully you don't think LinkedIn's dead, but how many people are like, LinkedIn, meh? It's better than Twitter. And then my network's too small to be useful. How many of you are work at an agency or agency owners? And how many of you have customers or clients who have like 5 connections on LinkedIn and they want to use it to make money? All right, good. I'm here for you today. And how many people think publisher is an enormous waste of time? Oh, good. You can raise your hand. It's OK. I'm here to change your mind. I have to know how much work I have. So there will be ninja tricks today. And I just want to point out that this is an exact replica of me. Yes. Short the wig. I didn't have the wig. Oh, my ninja guy is not here for my video. Oh, here we go. See? Just like me. That's it. I just had to do a little something interesting, show you my smooth moves. So social/conversational selling and why it's important to your lead generation. That is myth number 1. Actually, that's not myth number 1. That's just what we want to talk about today. Conversational selling is the process of using your professional brand. You can tweet, by the way, anything you want. A process of using your professional brand to fill your pipeline with the right people, insights, and relationships. That's our dear friend Coca Sexton, who was working at LinkedIn at the time and has now gone on to crush it as really the thought leader in social selling. So yay, Coca. Social selling or conversational selling works with anyone in social who is willing to engage with you. How many B2B in the room? Probably most of us. Oh, thank you, you're my peeps. How many B2C? And government? Nonprofit? Cool. It works with everyone. And a lot of people think, and this is what Gary Vaynerchuk was talking about last night, that social engagement works best with B2C. But we are engaging with human beings, right? And so this presentation is going to be about uncovering and making relationships with those human beings. And while LinkedIn is an excellent lead generation machine, as Gary was pointing out, this is not something where you grab a connection on LinkedIn and stuff it into some automated selling process without people's permission. Because in Canada, at least, that will get you sued. So don't do that. So please take everything I teach you today and use it for good and not evil. Political joke not inserted here. The recipe to conversational selling success, right? We're going to talk about building your credibility, research, engagement tools, conversations, top-of-mind awareness, or thought leader positioning, which is a big one. The ability to close is on you, but actually, You should go see, I just talked to Linda Swindling, so if you can get into her presentation after this one, she can talk to you about selling or closing. So here are the 4 LinkedIn myths. If I build it, they will come. How many people have an all-star profile on LinkedIn? And is the work just pouring in without you making any effort whatsoever, right? How many of you work with like CEOs, C-suite, executive suite people, and they're like, yeah, can you build my LinkedIn profile? And then they get pissed off at you when the leads don't just pour in. You have to make an effort, obviously. It's not enough just to have a profile on LinkedIn. You have to make it easy for your high-quality prospects to contact you, not just connect with you. So here's a couple solutions. Now, you hopefully would agree I kind of know LinkedIn a little bit. Couple books, been speaking about it for 10 years. So when LinkedIn came out with this background image, I was like, right on. Finally, you know, Facebook has had one for 7 years. Twitter's had one for 4 years. Even YouTube has had a background image. LinkedIn finally comes out with one. And, you know, I pretty much just grab my banner and pop it up there, my banner from my website and pop it up there. It looks good, it's branded, but it wasn't getting any kind of business. So duh, right? Simple. This is really simple, guys. I'm going to give you some really simple tips and then some more sophisticated one. Put a phone number and an email address on your background image. Put a phone number and an email address on your customers' and clients' background images. Maybe if they're a bigger corporation, you can create a unique phone number, a unique email address, and then you can track where those leads are coming from. I get 4 or 5 people a week, you know, calling me, and I know, because this is actually my Google Voice number, calling me, so I know they found me on LinkedIn. It drives traffic. It is a lot easier, would you not agree with me, to convert somebody on the phone than it is through a message trail or an email trail, right? So if you can get them to phone you, how easy is that? But people just don't do it. Now, speaking of the changes that LinkedIn's going to make, the dimensions are different. So right now it's 1400 by 425 pixels. I think the new dimensions are like 1530 by 530 pixels. I will get you that information. Oh yeah, that reminds me, if you want these slides, there's going to be a opt-in at the, not an opt-in, but there's just going to be an email address to go to at the end, which will give you all the tools and the resources that I talk about today, and I'm going to pop these slides in there too. So by all means, take copious notes, but just know you don't have to. The other thing that you need to do to drive that conversion is put a calendar link in your profile, an appointment link somewhere in your profile. Whether you're doing it for yourself, whether you're doing it for your sales team, whether you're doing it for your marketing team, or whether you're doing it for your clients. Simple. Most of them are using Appointly or TimeTrade, or I use Calendly. I prefer Calendly. You can put the link in the websites. You can put the link in the summary section. I would highly recommend when you respond to people who are reaching out to you that you put the link in your correspondence. The only place you really can't put that link is in your initial invitation, which, let's face it, with the user interface as it is right now, most people don't even know when they've been sent a customized message or not. Hands up if you use the mobile app more than you use the desktop app. Oh, you know, and I thought it was going to be all the youngsters. So the main reason why LinkedIn is making these huge changes, well, the main positive reason why LinkedIn is making all these new changes is so that it's more aligned with the mobile app. The real reason is Microsoft bought them and they want to monetize. Can I say though here, knowing that this is being recorded, LinkedIn came out in 2003, right? Before Facebook, before Twitter, before Instagram, before all the other ones. MySpace was around and Match.com. So it was a business tool. Why aren't y'all paying $79 a month for a business tool? Okay, I understand that the free account on LinkedIn traditionally has been all you need. With this new user interface change, I'm hoping you'll understand you probably are going to have to pay for LinkedIn in order to make it work. LinkedIn doesn't pay me to say this. It really drives me insane that you have to. But all I'm asking is, how much would you pay for a business tool that would give you access to pretty much anyone you need to, have the ability to see what they're doing on LinkedIn, and have the ability to reach out, connect, and potentially engage with them? And if it's not your key prospect, how about the people who know them? And so just consider, if you don't have a premium account already, that it might be worth working into the budget. Okay, so put your calendar tool, now I'm off my soapbox, put your calendar tool in your websites, in your summary section, in any kind of messages that you send back and forth. And for those of you who use Publisher, by all means, put a link down there. Now, it doesn't have to be an hour-long calendar link. 15 minutes is just fine. But think about it. If someone takes the time to read through your whole Publisher post, and they get down to the bottom of your profile, and they're interested in you, and they're interested in that post, and they're interested in that content, don't you want them to be able to reach out to you? And if you're too important, or your clients are too important, then please put a salesperson's calendar link in there. It's really so simple. People don't do it, and it drives an enormous amount of traffic. I'll talk about how to get more traffic with Publisher near the end of this presentation. Myth number 2, ring of truth. My prospects aren't on LinkedIn. There are enough high-quality leads on LinkedIn, I promise you, to make it a viable tool for you. Almost all of the Fortune 500 C-suite is on LinkedIn. Pretty much every CEO of every mid-sized company is on LinkedIn. Any vendor worth using is on LinkedIn. Your potential future employees are on LinkedIn. Your contractors are on LinkedIn. Your strategic partners are on LinkedIn. If you're not finding your ideal prospects on LinkedIn, it's because you do not know how to look for them. But that's why I'm here. So here's a real story. Again, this is going to change with the new user interface. Here's my friend Neen, international keynote speaker. Fortunately, she and I have the same audience. So one of the things that I was able to do for her was just share one of the searches that I'd already created. Up until 2 weeks, this is going to be a really good strategy for you too. One of the things that you can do as an agency, for those of you who are an agency, or for yourself, how many entrepreneurs, solopreneurs in the group? Cool, you're my peeps too. You can absolutely, on LinkedIn right now, for free, use the advanced search to find absolutely the exact right people with a key called Boolean search. Now, apparently, with the new user interface, they're getting rid of Boolean search. You're going to have Sales Navigator. They're getting rid of the advanced search. So you're probably going to have to upgrade to Sales Navigator. I'm going to give you some other tools too. But right now, using the advanced search and then Boolean and or not, how many people don't know what Boolean search is? I need to know if I need to explain it. Okay, so Boolean search is just a matter of, if you don't know who you're looking for, it's or. So CEO or founder or owner. If you definitely want to include a specific industry or keyword, it's and the most important one is not. Please, for those of you who are using advanced search, who have saved searches, please, please, please copy those URLs right now. So when you do that search and you've got those saved searches, go to that top line, that top browser line, grab that URL and copy it into a Word document. Potentially, you'll still be able to use those URLs and get those results with the new user interface that will no longer have advanced search. So save your searches right now. With the Sales Navigator account, you'll still get LinkedIn letting you know when you've got new leads. But with the free account, you're not going to be getting that in 2 weeks. Once you've saved a search, LinkedIn sends you, like I said, new leads, but only for the next 2 weeks. You can use Google to do Boolean search within LinkedIn. Hey, Mitch. So if you know how to do Boolean and you want to play around with this right now so you can perfect it in 2 weeks when LinkedIn gets rid of free advanced search, it's site:/, linkedin.com/in. You've got to have that /in, or LinkedIn's going to look on the site itself and not on the users. So the /in is what's really important. And then you put that Boolean search after the : right? So site:/, LinkedIn.com/in, and then you put your Boolean search in there. It is so much easier to create that Boolean search first on LinkedIn while you've got advanced search. Once they get rid of it, it's going to be harder to replicate this within Google, but it'll still work. So I would urge you all, at least for your biggest customers and clients, to, if you've created safe searches for them, or encourage them to go in and grab that URL so that they can more easily find these ideal clients on LinkedIn, or upgrade to Sales Navigator. Now, what I will tell you, thank goodness, is with LinkedIn, the Sales Navigator tool now has tags and notes. Did you know that? Just brand new. So tagging and notes is, which you'll see in just a second, one of my favorite features on LinkedIn. For some reason, their most premium membership didn't have it for the longest time. They've now got it, and if you have been using tagging and notes, or you're going to for the next 2 weeks, you can import those tags and notes into the Sales Navigator. Again, if you're using Sales Navigator, please, please, please do this immediately so that you are able to make the most of all that work you've already done. All right, myth number 3. I don't have enough connections to make LinkedIn work. I've only got 20 or 30 or 50. But what was Gary talking about last night, right? You don't have to spam 372 or 37,000 or 372,000 people on LinkedIn. You have to have a couple excellent relationships, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, that lead you to that sale. So yeah, there are spammers on LinkedIn. Of course there are. There's spammers on anything good in life, right? That's just the way it is. But there's also some really high-quality people there that you should be engaging with. LinkedIn's not necessarily a numbers game. How many people still have the word lion on their, don't raise your hand, because I will ridicule you. If you still have the word lion or LinkedIn Open Networker on your profile, please take it off. Back in the day, it was a sign that, hey, I'm an open networker, I'm happy to connect with you, let's build a big network, let's help each other out. Now lion equals spammer, whether you are or not. So please take that out of your profile. Don't be a connections hoarder. Yes, to some extent, the size of your network does equal your visibility, but the problem is with LinkedIn getting rid of tagging and getting rid of notes, it's going to be so much harder to manage your LinkedIn network, and it's all about managing and engaging with those key people. So it's what you absolutely have to find a way and put a system in place. Again, with Sales Navigator, it's going to be a little bit easier. There are some third-party apps, which I'll share with you in just a moment. So real story here, and I do love the new mobile app-ish. So this is actually a friend of mine, Wendy, and she's in Canada. And you know that announcements, what are they up to type thing? And it's showing up kind of everywhere on LinkedIn right now, and especially the mobile app. I want to encourage you all to really use the mobile app during those in-between times, right? When you're waiting in line, when you're standing on the subway, when you're usually on Twitter or on Facebook just checking out your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. Instead, get on LinkedIn and use the announcements app. I'm going to share a hack with you, too, in just one moment. So my friend Wendy saw that a previous boss of hers got a promotion. She reached out to him. Congratulations. They hadn't talked in a couple years. He asked if she wanted to meet for coffee. No, they didn't get married. But they did meet for coffee. And as things will come up, what are you doing? I'm doing this. What are you doing? I'm doing this. And he got this look on his face, and he said, Wendy, I'm going to send you an RFP. I think you should fill it out and apply. I think you're perfect for this job. $3 million later, her biggest contract to date, because she said, congratulations on your new job. So taking that 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds a day when you're just sitting on the toilet anyway, oops, there we go, right? Please clean your screen after that, by the way. But if you're just kind of hanging out anyway, why not say congratulations? Now, here's a little hack that you can do. It's going to drive your virtual assistant insane. If you've got a new launch, anyone have a new launch coming out, new book, new product, new service, just something big coming out? Okay, so here's what you do, or what you do for your customers or clients. Normally, I tell everyone, please, please, please turn those updates off, like, I got a new job, I joined this group, I have this promotion. No one cares. But if you put your new product or service in your experience section, you turn on that update notification for like an hour, LinkedIn's going to let your entire network know about that new job. Now it's your perfect opportunity to say, oh, it's not a new job. I wrote a new book. Here's the link. Would love an interview. Like, kind of cheesy. I get that. However, I also got like 22 interviews, blogcasts, reviews for the book that it would have taken me a lot longer to do. So yes, I did spam my network a little bit. But what I had to do was my assistant had to go through, and everyone who congratulated me on my new job got that email. And it drove hashtag shit ton of traffic to my new book, which amped it up in Amazon a little bit. So while we can, that's just a little ninja trick you might consider doing. All right, so while you can organize your connections, it's going to be key. You can easily do it with Sales Navigator because there is tagging, because you can sort by accounts. There's a lot that you can do with Sales Nav. My thoughts, my hopes, my prayers is that Microsoft embeds Dynamic within Dynamics is Microsoft's CRM system. I'm hoping they embed it, because y'all know Microsoft bought LinkedIn, right? Yeah. So, yeah, like, oh no. I'm already starting my rebranding, just want everyone to know that. But I'm hoping that they're going to integrate the Dynamic CRM into Sales Navigator, which will give us something really powerful. I mean, think about it. You've got an active and acting CRM system and Skype and a messaging chat system that actually works with your key customers or clients, the ability to get on Skype and get on the phone with them immediately. Again, hopes, dreams, wishes, we'll see what turns out there. But in the meantime, while you have the free account, you can still tag your first level connections. If you've got Sales Navigator, of course, you can do it. This allows you to organize them in such a way that you can systematically and consistently, let me repeat that, systematically and consistently get back in touch with them. And yeah, we're already doing this through automated marketing, but I'm not talking about spamming your entire network like I just did. I'm talking about systematically and consistently engaging with maybe the top 25, top 50, top 100 people who you want to be doing business with, whatever that means for you. So you can do that right now with free. With the new user interface, probably what you're going to want to do immediately is export your connections. Do you all know about the data export tool? Oh my God, this is the freaking coolest thing on LinkedIn ever. It really is. There's so much gold in that there section. So if you go to your settings and you go into the security section, I think it's in the middle section, there's export your data. Do that. Do that, like if you're on your computer, ignore the next 5 minutes, do that right now. Your export will come in 2 pieces, one today, one tomorrow. The second one is best. Make sure you open that and save it. Amongst other things, I mean, it's got files and files and files of cool stuff that you can use for yourself, but the data mining that you can do with this, if you can get your clients to do this for you, is awesome. It's a whole nother talk. So export your data. That's going to include your connections, and this is new, when you export your connections, which is part of it, it also exports your existing tags and notes, and it never used to do that before, which you can now import into whatever CRM system you're using. If you're using Salesforce, if you're using Nimble, what other CRM systems are, oh, HubSpot. Yeah, that one. If you're using HubSpot, you can most definitely upload your list. Now, I'm not saying upload them into your automated marketing system because they did not agree to that, and that will get you sued potentially. But you can most definitely upload them into the CRM system with your tags, and that will allow you to manage them and systematically engage with them. Another tool that you might consider investing in for a whopping, I think they raised the price to $25 a month, is nimble.com. It's a fantastic tool and has a really, really cool little Chrome extension. Well, actually, it works with all the browsers, but I use Chrome. It has a really nice Chrome extension that will do some data gathering for you on any profile you're on, whether you're connected to the people or not. It will get you their other social profiles. Once you save it to Nimble, you can take notes on it. You can tag it there. You can see their activity on other social profiles. So nimble.com is most definitely worth looking at. The other one I would highly recommend you do immediately, and I think right now it's only a Chrome extension, is DuckSoup. Terrible name, awesome app. So DuckSoup, DUX-SOUP, will allow you to tag and take notes on anyone in your network. And I talked to the leadership over there, and they say it will work with the new user interface. So this is going to be the solution when LinkedIn gets rid of tagging and notes. And then there's a new app I just found out about. I just talked to him literally like on the plane on the way over. It's called SalesWings app. And it is a communications management. So it's not quite a CRM. It's a communications management tool that will allow you to export your connections. Not export, but anytime you send a message to someone, it'll export that communications into a different dashboard. And then you can rate those people who they are to you. You'll have the whole history. Because again, I don't know what this new user interface is going to do to our messaging in our inbox. The last time they messed with the inbox, they killed it, in my humble opinion. So having a tool like that, and again, it's like $20 a month. So you're going to have to make an investment, except DuckSoup is free. DuckSoup is free unless you want to export the information, then it's $15 a month. You're going to have to make an investment in LinkedIn now in order to get it to pay. You just have to decide, am I going to pay LinkedIn or am I going to pay one of these third-party apps? And you just have to decide what works best for you. I'll probably do all of it. Okay, so as we are getting into the next and final myth, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Right? Everyone knows Bob Berg, endless referrals. Oh, so good. Endless referrals. The Go-Giver. Do y'all know the Go-Giver? Oh my God, write that down. It's a great little book. And it's really what we want to do with our customers. It's why we do influencer marketing, which, as Gary said last night, it's like one of the, that's the second biggest thing right now, influencer marketing, because we trust our influencers. Why? I don't know. But we do trust our influencers. So we want to create that kind of relationship with our connections on LinkedIn. So in order to build that KLT factor, we need to get our information in front of them, right? So we need to do that with content marketing consistently, right? So we build that KLT, that know, like, and trust consistently. That builds your brand awareness. Duh, tell me something I don't know. How many of you, however, are updating daily? Yeah, like all the arms. Either I put you to sleep or you're not updating daily. You've got to update daily. You have to write posts, or your clients have to write posts, or you have to write posts for your clients consistently. And then you need to send regular private message to those key connections, not to everyone, but to those key connections. So myth number 4, LinkedIn Publisher sucks. It was awesome in 2014. It sucks now. I understand. Trust me, my views have gone from like 14,000 down to like 1,400 and sometimes 400. However, I will tell you this. I get like 100,000 hits on my website every month. I get maybe 2 or 3 comments per article. I don't know, maybe I'm not controversial enough. I get substantially less views on my published posts. 300, 400, 500, 600, if I'm lucky, 1,000. I get exponentially more engagement. Remember, it's called conversation selling now. So when someone comments or shares your content, you have an awesome opportunity to go in and communicate with them. Like, why wouldn't you, right? So publisher posts, while they no longer get the consistent views they used to, the engagement is still substantially more. Some best practices for publisher. Branded and cohesive visuals. If you look, like everyone knows with Instagram, right? A good Instagram page, the images are super consistent. They tell a story. We're all about storytelling right now. And do as I say, not as I do. When you look at your publisher page or your customers or clients' publishers page, do those titles and those images tell a story? Are they consistent? Probably not. This is a huge fail in most cases. There are a couple people out there doing it well, and that's about it. Create a template if you need to. Maybe every image should be an infographic. Maybe every image should be a meme. Maybe every image should be a template that you've already created, but do something that is consistent so when people see it, they know it's you, they know it's your agency, they know it's your customers or clients. If you've got more people creating content within your own agency, you can have it branded across all of your profiles. 900 to 1,400 words is best. I like to think that people on LinkedIn are smarter. It's probably best because there's just more keywords in there, and LinkedIn actually, that's one of the places where content is searchable, is posts. So if you've got 900 to 1,400 words, you're probably getting your keywords in there, and your content's probably more findable. Use all the features, add media. Apparently, LinkedIn is getting rid of rich media in the actual profiles. Are you kidding me, LinkedIn? If they get rid of rich media in the profiles themselves, and you are absolutely going to want to add that media into posts, please put calls to action in there. Make people do stuff. If they have taken the time to read your post, make them do something. Make them go to a landing page. Make them go to a squeeze page. Make them book an appointment with you. Make them do something. Use a call to action. Create a bio section. Yeah, you've got your picture and your little professional headline up top, but create a bio section underneath it with your contact info and your calendar. And it's not one and done. This is the biggest mistake with publisher. People post it once and go, let the views commence. And they don't. They don't. So you've got to work it. It is perfectly okay, by the way, to repurpose your content. There's no Google slap. So I'm going to take that off your plate right now. Feel free to repurpose your content. But please, when you are sharing your content, switch it up. Share your blog post, share your LinkedIn post. It's the same content. Share it, put it into whatever scheduling tool you're using, HubSpot, Sprout, Agorapulse, Octopost, I don't care. But share it more than once as long as it's evergreen. I mean share it for years. I still get hits today on an article I posted on social media for women 2 years ago. I still get hits today on my post on social media metrics because that content is searchable. And so if someone's looking for a LinkedIn expert or LinkedIn metrics or LinkedIn expert in metrics, my article shows up as well as some of mine and my competitions and my colleagues' profiles. So having that content is super important. And content is blog posts, of course, but it's newsletters. It's marketing collateral you already have. It's checklists. It's white papers. Do an audit of your own computer. Do an audit of your clients' computers. Do an audit of Google. There is content there, I promise you, that you can repurpose right now and start sharing, which, yes, it drives views back to LinkedIn, to your profile, where your contact information is right at the top of the page, where you're proving that you're an expert or that your client is an expert in this particular topic, where they can see your recommendations and your endorsements, where they can look at other publications, where they can take a deeper look at other things that you have written, where they can say, hey, you want to write a book for us? Hey, you want to give us a quote for this article? Hey, do you want to be on my podcast? It's a great driver of media. And oh yeah, once in a while, if you've got any influential friends, have them share your posts if they're relevant to their audience, or write an influencer post, right? HubSpot does it, Social Media Examiner does it, MPB2B does it, right? Every time there's a conference, they say, hey, people who will be speaking at our conference, do you want to be part of this post where we can quote you on this, that, and the other? Because we're going to share that post with our audience and they know it. right? So you can do the same thing on LinkedIn. You can absolutely do the same thing on LinkedIn. So as we wrap up, create a hero image or a header image. Just know it's going to change in the next 2 weeks, so don't spend a whole lot of time on it right now. Use your calendar appointment tool on LinkedIn, in the website section, in the summary section, when you engage with people on LinkedIn, in your posts. Use the advanced and Boolean search while you can. Seriously look at your budget and consider Sales Navigator or some of the other tools I shared. Save your searches and follow up on those leads now. As soon as you can, you want to get control of that property, right? So as soon as you can, get them on the phone, or at least get them into your CRM system. Tag and organize your connections right now using the free account, or using DuckSoup, or using Sales Navigator. Follow up, follow up, follow up, and then consider using Publisher to position yourself as an expert. Now, there is a lot of information there. I didn't really mean to scare you about the future of LinkedIn, but it's dark and dismal. No, it's not. But it is going to change a whole lot, and it's going to make life a little bit difficult for some of us who really focus on LinkedIn. So everything I shared today, and including, I'll put the PowerPoint in there, everything I shared today is in an article. So if you go to bit.ly/LinkedIn Fix 2016. No, that is the... okay, do that one or do LinkedIn Bound. I think that's the wrong one. Okay, either write LinkedIn Fix 2016 or LinkedIn Bound. Now I think I changed that. Try LinkedIn Bound, actually, bit.ly/LinkedIn Bound. And then that will get you access to the article, I hope, that has all the contact information. If not, you can... no, you can't. If not, you can find me if you Google LinkedIn Expert, or you tweet me. Well, I got rid of the slides now. If you tweet me at LinkedIn Expert at the bottom of the slides that were all the way up until just now, or if you email me at viveka@linkedintobusiness.com, if the link doesn't work, I will get you those slides. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks.